I'm live. I'm in the Brazilian dungeon. I'm ready to go live. I'm ready to hear your guys' feedback. It's just going to be live for 15, 20 minutes. I'm genuinely curious about who you guys are picking to get to the Super Bowl. Now that the bracket's out, now that the dust has settled, now that we got a read on the teams, who you guys got. Listen, I'm not preseason last year. I had Chiefs and Tampa Bay. And when I got to the playoffs, I changed my mind. I still have the Chiefs, but I thought, man, maybe the Bucs won't be able to do it. But my preseason pick this year, I believe I had Bucs and I had Bills. I think I took the easy way out with the Bills. I'm curious to see who you guys got now that the playoffs. Tico has Packers versus Chiefs. Yeah, I'm going Packers, and I'm digging a trench with that. Remember when it was week 8, week 9, everyone was crapping on the Packers. Everyone was saying Aaron Rodgers was a terrible human being, and then we just started betting the Packers every week. And I came to a proclamation that it's the Packers' year. So in the NFC, I still got the Packers. I'm not changing my mind. But in the AFC, I got a little bit of surprise, and maybe I'm being a brainlet. Maybe I'm overthinking it just a bit too much. But in the AFC, I got the Tennessee Titans. I think we see a Titans versus Packers Super Bowl. I really do. Mark B saying Chiefs winning it. Meg is saying Raiders. How are the Raiders? I'm asking for the matchup. The Red Sea rises, Cardinals versus Chiefs. That would be an awful red Super Bowl. The Bloods would love that one. Zamora 6090 Lawson, you do a playoff bracket? No. We should have did something like that, but no, I didn't do it. I just posted the playoff bracket just to get you guys thinking about some of the possible matchups. Let me bring it up. Like, for instance, Chiefs should beat the Steelers. I do see some people saying crazy stuff will happen, that maybe the Steelers will upset them. So next week we should get Chiefs versus Titans. The Titans get past that one. I like the rest of their matchups. I really do. I feel like the biggest game, the AFC Championship game, will be in the divisional round for my Titans pick. As for the Packers, dude, they could get the ball. They're going to reseed this, correct? Because that's not too fair, like because the way the bracket looks, Bucs against Eagles. If the Bucs win, they play the Packers. That's 1 versus 2. They're not going to go that route, so they're going to reseed it. I didn't even think about that before I came in, but I still think the two teams that are going to navigate their way there are the Packers and Titans. Joseph De Souza says Cowboys Bills. That Cowboy dude, if you bet that one in Vegas, you'll win a lot of money. Maybe honestly, I'm not counting out the Cowboys if they can stop the run. I just want to see the front 7 be tested. Tiny Dancer, got to have a small bet on the Raiders plus 6,000. That's full send on that one. You only live once. Make sure you guys hit the like button too. Green Bay Rodgers, Anthony Lara says Green Bay Rodgers is a magician. I kind of agree, and I like his attitude this year. I like his heel turn, and the guys are just playing tough for him. And we know the Packers don't have the most talent in this league. The Chiefs have more talent. The Bills have more talent. The Bucs certainly have more talent. You could even make the argument now that Micah Parsons and Diggs are balling out of control that the Cowboys and Rams have more talent. But who's got the best quarterback? And that makes the difference. Now, listen, I'm not saying the Packers are complete trash, but I'm saying Aaron Rodgers makes them look better than they are. And they needed this heel turn from him, and they needed this attitude that he's bringing. I just felt a different vibe from the Packers. And yes, that doesn't mean any science. And have the Packers played great since that Rams game? Remember, my back was against the wall. Everyone was saying Rams are going to beat down the Packers. I stood firm with the Packers. Remember that? Ever since that great performance from the Packers, we haven't really seen much. But I'm not getting off of them. I'm not getting off of them. Let's get to it. Patriots versus Bucs from Dirty Sanchez. That would be good, man. That's what the NFL wants. Okay, we'll see those Brady calls come up, and I love Brady more than anyone else. But I remember like Michael Mann was saying, like, dude, Lawson, I know why you take Brady, man, because you get like 3 or 4 questionable calls a game, especially in the second half in your favor. Dude, I'm not a conspiracy theorist with the NFL or anything like that, but damn, Goodell would be like rubbing his hands together, counting his money, just thinking about Patriots versus Bucs. That would be out of control, bro. Zamora 60-90. I have Tennessee versus Green Bay in my bracket, even though I have Rams Super Bowl prediction before the start of the season. You should probably stay with firm because the last 2 years my preseason picks were right, and then I wavered on them. Here we go. KL 2950. State Farm Ball, Chiefs versus Packers. Would not be surprised. The AFC is wide open. Like for me, the NFC, it's Bucs or Packers. You could throw in maybe Rams or Cowboys. We'll see if they're able to peak. But for me, man, this AFC is going to be an absolute dogfight. It's like you throw out a piece of meat to like 7 hungry dogs and you just let them battle for it. And who's going to get the meat, man? I'm really excited for that AFC playoffs. It's going to be absolute destruction. And everyone's thinking like maybe there's going to be a colossal upset. Like I've seen some of you guys say it. I've seen a guy on Pro Football Talk say it, like saying the Steelers could upset the Chiefs. Like, listen, I think that's crazy talk. I think people need to calm down, maybe take a little hit of the asthma inhaler or whatever you take a hit of. But man, it's AFC, man. Anyone can walk through it. And I'm going with the best defense. That's why I'm going with the Titans. I'm really impressed with what I saw of the Titans defense this year. I don't know if I've seen a better defensive football team this year. And I know you guys are probably tired of the Titans talk because for the last 3 or 4 years, we've been hearing about the Titans defense because they have good stats, when in reality, they weren't good and they gave up tons of deep balls, easy deep balls. This year, though, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit different, man. Dave and Kale 48. I'm holding a ticket for Packers versus Bills and got it in September on Bovada at +13. Bovada might not pay you, my guy. But yeah, I would not feel bad about being in that position. Like I said, the AFC's a crapshoot. It's an absolute crapshoot. Michael Mann, what's up, Mike? Man, what's up, Mike? How you doing, man? Chiefs Titans would have to be AFC Championship. Yeah, right. Because they reseed. Thank you for that. I like for a second I thought they didn't reseed. I was like, what the hell? I was looking at it like a March Madness bracket. Michael Mann, how long do we think the Bucs last? It just feels like it's not their year. Yeah, like people are trying to get big brained with the Steelers upset of the Chiefs. Like I think that's like way too big brained and like you're overthinking it way too much. But the Eagles are going to be semi-dangerous for the Bucs. That's why I'm probably not going to bet the Bucs at -8.5. And I feel way more comfortable with the Bucs on a teaser. Like I think the Bucs have to win that with a late drive. The more I think about it, and the more I watch Philly's film, Philly's a team everyone likes to shit on, but they're actually not that bad. Rain final, Cowboys versus Packers NFC. That would be a good game. Packers would get it at home, and I think they would demolish the Cowboys in that game. It's just due to the home field advantage. But that would be a really good game, and I'd want to see how the Cowboys react to that. And I would like to see Mike McCarthy going back to Dallas. Yeah, I don't know if Joseph. I don't think Chris Godwin's all that good. I always said Antonio Brown was the best receiver on that team. I'm more worried about the lack of Antonio Brown than Chris Godwin. Because listen, if you got Mike Evans and Antonio Brown and Rob Gronkowski with Cameron Brate and OJ Howard and Tom Brady and a top 5 offensive line, for me, that's enough. We know Godwin's good and we know Brady trusts Godwin. It's just the Godwin thing looks really bad now that Antonio Brown's out of there. But let's not mince words. Antonio Brown was the best receiver in that room. No one wants to say it, but I'll come on here and say it. Bill McDonald says, I have Packers Chiefs as well. Mega says Raiders versus Rams. Zamora 690, we still doing the live show? Yeah, we're doing the live show tomorrow. Live call-in show Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'll be here. I don't see a renaissance out of the cards, but we've seen crazier things in this league, and I would not count out Kyler Murray because that man is just pure magic. I think the big question about my Titans pick is how ready is Derrick Henry? And I think that's the big thing because obviously this Titans offense, adding Julio Granite Stone Jones, it didn't give the effect that we thought it would. Let's be real. Like, it's nice having AJ and it's nice having Julio, but the Titans do play in a little bit of a box. Let's be realistic about it. Yes, A.J. Brown can get deep. Julio can get deep, but there's no burner to really stretch the field. That's why I feel like it's so important to get Derrick Henry. It is really important. Foreman's still playing good ball, though, but there's a big difference because Henry can hit home runs. Foreman can't hit home runs. But even if you get Henry for like 12, 15 carries at full strength, man, I'd be really curious to see how it goes. Lillian DV says, let the magical ride begin. Raiders +5. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's getting down. I saw it was down to +4.5. I think we had an influence on it because the +6 was just way too much for me. Listen, I think the Raiders might have blew their load on Sunday night. Yes, we were right about that. Yes, everyone was thinking Chargers were going to beat them. Yes, people were laughing at us when we thought the Raiders would win the game. That's why I was bold, and I just put it on Instagram. Just put it on Instagram saying why I thought the Raiders are going to win. But, man, it's going to be tough. Their defensive line gives them a puncher's chance. And they don't quit. I don't know if there's a mentally tougher team in this league right now than the Raiders. Dude, I want to see what the Raiders do. I'm watching that game as a fan. I probably won't bet it. Now that it's getting down to like +4.5, +4 on some lines, like it's making you want to bet Bengals, but maybe that's just a facade. Sometimes the spread is just a facade, and it gets you off your correct train of thinking. Freshness what's up, Adam? Nice cut, amigo. Getting excited here in KC and the city is ready for dude. And I'm starting to hear talks about a Steelers upset. I don't think these people have sat through a full Steelers game. Listen, it was cute with Big Ben. I love Mike Tomlin, and I think Big Ben takes too much heat. The reason Big Ben takes too much heat is the Steelers have a really, really bad roster from top to bottom. And like Michael Mann was on here saying like 4 weeks ago, everyone just uses Big Ben as a scapegoat when in reality, that's one of the worst rosters in the league, man. Like the Carolina Panthers have a better roster. Like honestly, if you look at the Giants roster and you look at the Steelers roster, really, the only difference is TJ Watt and Hayward. There's not that big a difference, and I don't want to sound crazy, but that's what good coaching does for you. Like Mike Tomlin and Big Ben that clawed them in the playoffs. I don't know how the hell they did it. I really don't. I watched it, and those games were ugly to watch, man. Holy cow. I don't know if there's been an uglier team in the playoffs since like the 6-10 Seahawks, but they beat the Saints. Al Souza says Raiders getting smoked. Maybe they pumped their load. Maybe the fight's off. Maybe they already won their Super Bowl getting into the playoffs. It was kind of phenomenal how they went on the road to beat the Colts, and then they beat a damn explosive Chargers team where Herbert played maybe the game of his life. Herbert was really, really good that game, especially if you consider how good that Raiders D-line was. It was phenomenal to watch. Al Souza, KC versus Cincy AFC Championship. Who's everyone got for the Super Bowl though? That's what I was wondering. If you came in late, I got Titans versus Packers. Rabbi Josh Salter, Lawson, we got to get this money. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it, Josh. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. Looking forward to it. Eli Deco, bro, Titans versus Rams rematch. I want to see what the Rams do. I just question if they got enough depth on the team. I think they're going to smack the living hell out of Arizona this week, though. I actually think we have a close. Listen, wild card weekend, I don't know if any of you old heads remember, but there always used to be like 2 blowouts at least. I actually don't think we see 2 blowouts. I think there's going to be 1 blowout, and I think Zona's going to suffer that. Maybe the Steelers suffer that blowout as well. But like I said, there's just something magical going on with the Steelers. But I don't think the Chiefs are going to take their foot off the gas pedal, man. Michael Mann says Mike Tomlin deserves Coach of the Year. Honestly, I would not be opposed to it at this point, but no one watches like the film really. So they're probably going to just default and give it to the hoodie or Mike Vrabel, which I'm not going to get mad about. But what Mike Tomlin did this year was ridiculous. And that's why I don't go on like Facebook and Twitter, because every time I go on those shitty sites, I see people saying Mike Tomlin sucks and doesn't know how to coach. So that's why I stay off of that Twitter, man. Instagram's a lot better. You lost as Cowboys versus Bills. Manny Miles says Cowboys versus Bengals. Brian Webb says Lawson Super Bowl Bengals and Rams. That would be a wild trip. There's been some years where every wild card game was like legit. I think they're going to be legit this year. I think they're going to be really good, really legit. All right, guys, I'm going to go. I'm getting married tomorrow. That's why I'm back in the dungeon. Hit the like button, share the videos. I'll be live tomorrow, Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. We're going to go like 2-3. I want to go 3 hours. I'm ready to go 3 hours. I'll have the energy. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate all you guys' support. Let's get this money. Titans, Packers is my pick.